Welcome. Welcome to day 2 of our 30 Sits in 30 Days Meditation for Recovery workshop as presented by the Wise Friends Network. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to day 2. Happy to see that everyone survived day 1. uh, and in day 2, we're going to expand the practice of the breath and body. On day 1, we did a 5-minute practice. And on day 2, we're going to do 7 minutes. 7 minutes of mindfulness practice of the breath and body. Um, if you want to do some additional meditation after this, you're more than welcome to. You're actually encouraged to, quite frankly. But for today's practice, we're just going to do 7 minutes of mindfulness of the breath and body. Um, and as we go through this course, we'll progressively expand to mindfulness of the feeling tone, mindfulness of the mind. We'll also expand to some of the heart practices of metta, loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, forgiveness, and some other work. But early on, for the first week or two, we'll just keep it simple for you. So, thank you so much for your interest in meditation. Thank you so much for dedicating this time on a daily basis for the next 30 days of the 30 Sits in 30 Days course of learning how to apply a Buddhist meditation practice for your recovery from addiction, and addiction as it applies to either drugs, alcohol, and or harmful behaviors, or what are often called process addictions. So we'll get into all of that later in the workshop, as well as some supplementary materials. But for today, for day 2, we're just going to focus on 7 minutes of the breath and body. There'll be 1 bell to signify the beginning of the meditation and 3 to signify the end. Thank you again for taking this time. And as I mentioned in the first meditation, if you haven't done so already, find a comfortable place to spend the next 7 minutes or so. Feel free to pause this video until you can find that place. But make sure that you're in a place that you can be undisturbed for the next 7 minutes or so and feel safe and secure if possible. Again, 1 bell to signify the beginning, 3 to signify the end. And away we go. If you've not done so already, feel free to close your eyes and just take a moment to relax into the present time experience of the mind body experience as it is right here, right now. And as we mentioned in day 1, with a formal, regular daily practice, many of us find it helpful to take 1 or 2 deep, intentional breaths just to calm our nervous system down, to calm our bodies down, and also just to signify to our mind and our body that it's time to meditate. It's time to be present. It's time to be aware of whatever's right here, right now, in a non-judgmental way, and to create a place of refuge and a place of safety for the next 7 minutes. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Now, at this point, it's important to emphasize to allow the breath to be natural. There's no need to push or pull the breath in a meditative practice from a Buddhist tradition. And much of the first foundation of mindfulness is mindfulness of the breath and body is simply allowing what is here right now to simply be. Sometimes you'll hear teachers refer to it as letting go, but others will refer to it as just letting things be. There's nothing to let go of. It's just let whatever is present be present. So, in that spirit, as we calm our mind and calm our body, let's take a moment to check in to see where you feel the breath most naturally in your practice today. And sometimes it'll be one place, and other days it'll be another. For me personally, I'm a nose breather, and it's kind of a traditional practice in the Theravada Buddhist tradition where as you're breathing in, as you're breathing out, you can use the base of the nostrils as a place of concentration and focus. You can feel the cool air entering, and you can feel the warm air exiting. You feel that slight tickle in the back of your throat, back of the nasal cavity. You can use this as a point of concentration, a point of focus. This is a very traditional practice in the Theravada Buddhist tradition. And there's a teacher who likes to use the analogy of sawing a log. You can imagine the breath being like the saw, and your point of concentration is the log. And just notice the breath passing in and out past that point of contact. And there's nothing special to do here. There's nothing nothing particularly unique about it. It's just taking a moment and notice that as I breathe in, ever mindfully I breathe in. As I breathe out, ever mindfully I breathe out. And if you'd like, it's also useful early in the practice to just simply note the word in on the inhalation and out on the exhalation. In, out, in, out. And as you notice your mind wandering, as it, it naturally will, and every time your mind wanders, just if you'd like, bring a smile to your face. Bring a smile to your face and be kind to yourself. Be compassionate to yourself. And realize this is a learning process. We're not trying to clear our minds. No, no, no. This is a concentration practice. And every time that you notice your mind wandering into a thought, a fantasy, or a to do list, which naturally will do, because that's what the thinking mind does, just take a moment to notice it and smile and acknowledge that that in fact is the essence of the beginnings of a meditative practice. You noticed your mind was wandering. You noticed. And then kindly, gently, and compassionately just bring it right back to the breath. And as you breathe in, know you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, just know you're breathing out. And always bring a sense of friendliness, kindness, and compassion to the practice. In, out. Congratulations, you just finished day 2 of the 30 Sits in 30 Days course. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Namaste.